What's up, guys? Welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Lauren and I am on a mission to help as many people as possible get healthier and happier with plants. Today is going to be more vlog style, but I'm very new to vlogging and I realized this vlog today I forgot to film like half of the things that I really would like to film to make it into an interesting video for you. So I thought, as I'm sitting here editing, why not cut some clips in so I can explain to you what's going on here. The video is about Qatar Airways, their business class, and their vegan menu in their business class. My boyfriend and I were able to take a trip back in December of 2020 and I wanted to share the trip with you, and I'm doing it in a couple different parts. So the trip was to the Maldives, which for me that was a dream destination, for my boyfriend too, a dream destination, and it was incredible. This first video is about how we got there. It is definitely a journey to get there from America, but it is so worth the journey. It was incredible. I think it was about 30 hours to get there, not non-stop. We had a long layover in Doha and we flew on Qatar Airways, which is what this video is actually about. It is about their business class vegan menu, which we were lucky enough to try some bits and pieces. I don't think there was this full menu. There was a lot of press that came out last fall about Qatar offering the first full vegan business class menu, and I think they were still in the process of rolling that out, but all the dishes we had were vegan and they were incredible. So I thought, why not share them with you? And I'm gonna of course show you the whole seat and the whole situation and what it was like flying there. Again, this is my first vlog, so I don't think I captured enough as I probably should have, but I'm gonna live and learn and hopefully create a better vlog next time. First of all, these flights. This is completely because of my boyfriend that we were able to actually go on this trip and fly this way. If you would have asked me a couple years ago, I would think, yes, like absolutely, I want to go to the Maldives. Definitely later in life, that's a bucket list trip. It's probably so expensive to go there, and it's just something I kind of put in the back of my mind, but it's always somewhere that I really wanted to go after seeing like the insane pictures online on Instagram. It just looks like paradise. My boyfriend is obsessed with travel and he's also obsessed with points hacking. So he found a way to make this trip work and to do it mainly with points. I'm gonna do a full interview blog post with him on how exactly we did the entire Maldives trip. So that is definitely coming. If you want to stay up to date with my blog post, you can subscribe to my blog, to my newsletter, which I'll put the link right below. So that is coming, and of course the Maldives vlog is coming as well. Today we're talking about Qatar Airways, and this is a crazy flight. I know I'm not like an aviation enthusiast like some people are. Like I would say my boyfriend is an aviation enthusiast, meaning he loves flying, he loves being up in the air, he loves the entire experience of it. I definitely really enjoy the experience of it. I'm usually looking forward to the destination more. He loves the experience of flying like most. Just a general overview of how we got this ticket. We used American Airline miles. We did a strategy, like kind of a combination of 3 different things to get the American Airline miles for this trip. So we both opened Barclays Aviator cards, which I'll put a link to below, and that gave us a certain amount of points. I think it was around 60,000 points is the offer we each got. And then we had some miles. My boyfriend mainly had some miles. He used to travel a lot for work left over, but then to fill out the rest of the points, when American Airlines was having a miles sale, we bought points then. So for one round trip business class ticket in peak season, which is when we went, November, the very beginning of December, it would be around $6,200-ish for a round trip ticket. And then for 2 of us, you know, that comes up to about $12,500. So with doing this credit card strategy and then buying some miles when American Airlines had a sale and using some leftover miles, we were able to get these tickets all in for both of us for $2,200. So that's about $1,100 per person, which I know can sound like maybe a lot, but the experience of flying, it was a 30-hour full trip, was made infinitely better by being able to lie flat, stretch out, and just enjoy ourselves on the flight. that's the thing about kind of flying this way. It's extremely enjoyable. It makes a lot of a difference when you get to your destination. When my boyfriend and I first started traveling, I'll never forget one of the trips we went to Japan, which I'm so grateful to be able to get tickets to go to Japan. Don't get me wrong, like I'm so grateful for that. My boyfriend is taller than me, he's bigger than me. I'm able to like curl up on a seat like a cat and fall asleep for 14 hours. He can't do that. And I think the trip when we went to Japan and I slept the entire time like curled up in a seat and him staying awake the entire time, I think that kind of like sealed the deal for him, that he was gonna figure out how to be able to travel more comfortably in the future. And that's kind of, I think, driven him to just get really good at this stuff. I will say that he does consult on this. If you're interested in planning a dream trip and want tips about which maybe credit card to get or airline miles, or I'm definitely not the person to contact, he is. So again, you can subscribe to my newsletter to stay up to date with that full Maldives blog post coming, or you can reach out to him directly if you want to schedule some time with him and get a strategy for yourself for your own dream vacation. When we can travel more and things open up, he would be the person to talk to, not me. I also want to mention, so we talked about kind of how we did this as far as using rewards and points and a sale. I also want to mention that flying this way kind of seemed like a very far off thing to me, even just like a year and a half ago or 2 years. I always wanted to experience this. You always, you know, when you're boarding a plane and seeing everyone in business class, are kind of like, how did they get here? Like, what do they do? Or, you know, it just seems like a far off thing to me. It's not the way I grew up. It's not what I was around. So I never experienced this, and I've always been curious about it. And it did actually, the experience of flying this way did kind of have me bump into some things that I wasn't expecting. And I want to just talk about this for a second. I think this is a totally different video topic, but I thought I would mention it here since we're doing a video. It actually had me questioning my worthiness, because when I first kind of got on the flight and we boarded you, I almost felt like, oh my God, should I be here? Am I in the wrong place? I feel like I'm in the wrong place. I don't belong here. And that to me just showed me there are some deep rooted, like, I don't want to get really deep right now, but like unworthiness that I really need to work through, because I do want to have incredibly magical experiences life and just an incredibly magical life. And if I'm running into that kind of with these experiences, that's internal work to do. And that's a whole other topic for a whole other video maybe. But I just wanted to say that I think sometimes if you want something and then you start feeling like, what did you do to deserve that? Or you're not capable of that, or you don't belong there. That is just internal work to do, because we all belong wherever we want to be. We are all worthy of that. So that is just a sign that there is internal work to do to find the worthiness. Anyways, okay, let's now talk about the beautiful Qatar Airways QSuites and their vegan menu. Qatar Airways is known to be just unparalleled to their attention to detail and also their service and how incredible the staff is, and we experienced definitely that even in the time of 2020, which was such a crazy year and definitely crazy to travel. Qatar was extremely safe, and they had tons of different protocols in place that made the whole experience feel just better in the time of 2020. So for instance, like before you boarded the flight, everybody wore shields, which you'll see in some pictures here. You were required to wear your mask for the whole flight and your face shield, mainly obviously when you're having dinner or you're sleeping, you don't have to wear the face shield. But we did keep our masks on the entire time. And just in regard to the mask, I want to shout out Breathe Easy Sports Mask. That is what I wore for the entire flight. I am best buddies with the founder, the creator of Breathe Easy Sports Mask. She's a long distance runner and was always wearing her mask. She lives in New York City to run and was so uncomfortable wearing what was out there. So she created her own. And I actually took that mask with me to travel, so did my boyfriend, and I wore it sleeping, and I can't believe how comfortable it was. I feel like if I had anything else on, I'd have been extremely uncomfortable. So I'm gonna leave a link to Breathe Easy below if you want to check out those masks. They're incredible. So while I'm filming this here, I actually just called my boyfriend so I could get his perspective on why he was so excited to fly Qatar. And he said basically it's known as one of the best business class experiences in the air, especially if you're traveling as a couple, because of their QSuites. So basically the wall in the middle of, if you have 2 seats inside the aisle, the wall in the middle of your seats can actually be pushed down, and it's like when you're in the lie flat bed that you're almost in a double bed or queen bed or something, which was such a cool experience. They have incredibly soft comforters and bedding, and it was just so fun to kind of be able to relax on this very long trip. So another cool thing about the QSuites is if you're traveling with 4 people, which we were not, but if you are, you can get seats so you can actually like configure a quad, which one of the flight attendants showed us what that looks like, and which was so cool. You can put down the wall in the middle of the 4 seats and like have dinner together, or I don't know, hold a business meeting or something. We didn't have 2 other people we were traveling with. We were just traveling with each other. So we did take advantage of putting down that wall between our 2 seats, and it almost felt like we were in like a double bed, which was very, very cool. And of course the flight attendants are so kind. When you ask for bedding, they will come and bring you their comforter. A lot of these airlines, if you're in their business class, they'll actually give you pajamas to wear, which is super cool, and Qatar has very nice pajamas. I ended up just wearing my clothes, but I think we did get the pajamas and take them home for my boyfriend's parents because they love PJs. The cabin interiors, which you can kind of see from some of these pictures, is like this burgundy and gray, and then a lot of the lighting, it almost looks like a rose gold. So it's this really soft, almost kind of restful, peaceful, chill lighting going on everywhere. So another piece of the Qatar Airways experience I want to mention, their lounge is an incredible experience in Doha. It's literally like the size of a resort. There is all different stations and places to go. Kind of, it does feel like a resort, and it is just like kind of stunning. They have this huge water feature when you walk in, and then there's a spot with a cappuccino and all different kind of seats, so you can get a lounge seat or an upright seat. They have a business area that is almost like a co-working spot or something. They have kind of a quiet zone for sleeping, and then they have actual sleeping pods. We ended up laying over on the way to Maldives in Doha for a whole night, and on the way back we did the same. So we got into these long lounging chairs. I wish I took pictures of them, and we slept there for probably like 6 hours or something. So it was really nice to have that more quiet area. On their second story of the lounge, they have like full service dining, actually a lot of vegan options. So yeah, the business class lounge was an incredible experience and is such a perk to flying business class. Now let's talk about Qatar's vegan menu. So I think back in the fall, they released maybe in October that they were going to be the first airline to offer a full vegan menu. I don't think they had this fully rolled out when we went at the end of November. The menu that you'll see here has, you know, some of the regular foods and then some vegan options within the regular menu. So I'm thinking at some point, if you let them know, I don't know if it'll be ahead of time or when you're flying, that you'd like the vegan menu, everything on your menu will be vegan, which is incredible. I'm not sure, but everything we ate was vegan, and that's what I really wanted to share with you, some of the dishes. So first up, you're gonna see the starter. I think the first time I ever flew business class, I was just amazed how they give you like actual plates and actual silverware. It's just, you know, I've been on long haul flights, economy, and you usually get some sort of tray that's like covered in plastic with plastic silverware, and that's the deal. So that's kind of what I've been used to. So the first time I took a business class flight and they're giving you actual plates and silverware, I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. So yes, and their setup is kind of like beautiful. Their plating is beautiful. And my boyfriend has actually flown them business class before without me, and said they used to do kind of like a candlelight, I guess a little battery operated candle, and will come around with huge bread baskets. They weren't doing that because of Corona, I guess. Still, I don't know, the experience we had I thought was amazing. So some of the foods we ate, the first thing we started with was this beautiful plate of some veggies and some fruit. You'll see watermelon slices here. And then we also had little heirloom tomatoes, and I think that was pesto that we had. It was all vegan, and then they also gave me sides of fruit. So I don't do gluten, I don't do bread. On the rare occasion I will, like, I don't know, maybe in Italy or something, but I usually don't eat bread because it doesn't make me feel too great. So I skip the bread usually, and when they noticed that I was not getting bread, they were replacing it for me with fruit, which I thought was so sweet and so kind. So that's why you see fruit in a lot of the sides of my meals, because I wasn't getting the bread. So the first main dish we had, it was mixed mushroom tikka, which is kind of made of potatoes and there were mushrooms in it, and it was crusted with chia seeds. This was so good, and it was served with this saffron rice and then some mixed veggies. The whole meal was so good, and then because I wasn't getting breads, they brought me fruit cups, which I just thought that was so nice, and of course I ate them as like kind of the dessert to the meal. And then they will also bring you kind of a la carte snacks whenever you ask, which is so cool. They had this one meze platter that was really good with hummus and tabbouleh and this eggplant dip. It came with pita bread, so I didn't eat the pita bread. I kind of was eating hummus with a spoon, which sounds disgusting, but I enjoyed it and it was very good. It would be great to have like cucumber sticks or carrot sticks, but I didn't come prepared. Next time I would know to do that for this meze platter. Very good. And then I also was getting snacks at times. I think at one point I asked for their berries, and this berry dish was so good. It was like one of my favorite parts, which I know seems like, okay, it's berries, but it was blueberries, strawberries, and then currants, which here in the States, I literally never see currants. I'm not sure why, but I've just like really never eaten currants all that much. Probably had them a couple times in my life. So they had these beautiful red juicy currants that I enjoyed so much. I think my boyfriend ended up giving me his berries too. So I got like this full helping of currants, and they were so good. And then I believe we kind of slept, and then upon waking, I got an espresso. So the travel time I think was 14 hours to Doha, 12 hours, 13 hours to Doha. And when I woke up, I did get an espresso to kind of help the grogginess a little bit. And they brought that with fresh fruit for me, which was delicious and so nice. And then we had a meal before, a couple hours, I guess, before landing. Another really cool thing about Qatar is they ask you when you would like your meal, and you can pick like right before landing or at this time. So I think we ate maybe 2 hours before landing or 3 hours before landing. And the second meal I had was this lentil dish. Now, I don't know exactly what was in this lentil dish, but I do know it was vegan. I think there were some edamame in it, and then they had roasted veggies on top of it, so like carrots. I feel like some parsnips were on this. The whole dish though was incredibly filling. Lentils usually are really filling and so well done. So that was super good. So that was all the meals on Qatar Airways business class. Hopefully you got an idea and a sense of what their vegan dishes are like. And something I just want to say again is that if you have something that you want to do, if you have something that you want to try, I think a lot of times our brain goes to figuring out how to do this. This trip is a perfect example for me. I think going to the Maldives seemed like such a far off thing, because I think like, oh, that's like a $20,000 trip. I don't know when I can afford going on that trip. And that's exactly like what I'm talking about, to not get stuck on the how of how it will happen. Somehow we figured out, my boyfriend mainly figured out how to use points to take a trip like this. And I didn't know anything really about points until we started coming up with a strategy on how to do this. And then suddenly a trip like this was possible. So I guess the take home message is anything really is possible that you want to do. And if you're butting up inside against, I can't do that, I don't live like that, that'll never happen, that is just work internally for you to do. Figure out what you want. I know I have so much of this work to do as I try to experience different things in life and build different things and grow different things. I keep butting up against this, and I know it's just internal work to do, because really anything is possible for any of us. So that is what I'm gonna leave it here with. There is more travel vlogs coming. There is a Maldives vlog. There's lots of stuff coming. So if you want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload, and like this video. It would mean so much to me. And leave a comment on what you think, or what you'd like to talk about, or what you'd like to see. And thank you for spending some time with me. Also, I will get better at vlogging. I will figure it out. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.